The Great Sphinx of Egypt, the ancient secret that refuses to stay buried. For more than 4,500 years, it has stared silently across the Giza Plateau. Empires have risen and collapsed before its unblinking gaze. Sand has buried it, explorers have uncovered it, and countless generations have wondered the same question. What is the Great Sphinx really hiding? Officially, historians describe it as a massive limestone statue carved during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre around 2500 BCE. It is believed to represent the king himself, a symbol of royal power and divine protection. But what if that story is incomplete? Why does the Sphinx show signs of erosion unlike the surrounding pyramids? Why are there persistent rumors of hidden chambers beneath its paws? Why have explorers, archaeologists, and conspiracy theorists spent decades searching for evidence that could rewrite human history? Some believe the Sphinx is exactly what mainstream Egyptology says it is. Others believe it is thousands of years older, and a few believe it guards the greatest lost knowledge civilization has ever known. Tonight, we're diving into one of archaeology's most enduring mysteries, a mystery that continues to divide scientists, inspire legends, and fuel some of history's boldest theories. Chapter 1. The Monument That Shouldn't Exist. The Great Sphinx stands approximately 20 meters, or 66 feet, high and stretches 73 meters, or 240 feet, from paw to tail. It is the largest monolithic statue ever carved from a single piece of bedrock. Unlike most ancient Egyptian monuments, which were assembled from massive stone blocks, the Sphinx was sculpted directly into the limestone plateau itself. Creating something of this scale required astonishing planning, engineering, and manpower. Yet strangely, no ancient Egyptian text clearly describes its construction. There is no surviving inscription proclaiming Khafre built the Sphinx. No detailed construction records, no ceremonial account. The connection to Pharaoh Khafre is based primarily on archaeological context, nearby temples, stylistic similarities, and statues discovered around the complex, not on an explicit written declaration. For many researchers, that evidence is persuasive. For others, the silence is suspicious. Was the Sphinx always part of Khafre's grand design, or was it already ancient when his civilization inherited it? Chapter 2. The Face That Doesn't Match. Take a closer look at the Sphinx's face. For decades, experts have debated whether it truly resembles Pharaoh Khafre. Some forensic artists and independent researchers have argued that the facial proportions differ significantly from surviving statues of the king. Others strongly disagree, noting that weathering, erosion, restoration, and damage over thousands of years make precise comparisons unreliable. Even the missing nose has become part of the mystery. Contrary to popular myth, there is no credible evidence that Napoleon's soldiers shot off the nose. Historical drawings created before Napoleon's Egyptian campaign already depict the Sphinx without it. Many historians instead point to medieval accounts suggesting that the nose may have been deliberately damaged centuries earlier. But perhaps the biggest question is this: was the head originally something else? Some alternative researchers have suggested the Sphinx may once have had a lion's head that was later recarved into a human face. The theory attempts to explain why the head appears unusually small compared to the enormous body. Mainstream Egyptologists generally reject this idea, arguing that there is insufficient evidence to support such a reconstruction. Even so, the unusual proportions continue to spark debate. Chapter 3. The Water Erosion Controversy. Perhaps no theory has generated more controversy than the claim that the Sphinx is far older than conventional history suggests. In the early 1990s, geologist Dr. Robert Schoch argued that the weathering patterns on the Sphinx enclosure appear consistent with prolonged rainfall rather than primarily wind and sand erosion. This is significant because Egypt has not experienced sustained heavy rainfall in the Giza region for thousands of years. If the erosion were indeed caused mainly by rainfall, the original carving of the Sphinx might date back to a much wetter climatic period, possibly between 7,000 and 9,000 years ago, or even earlier. That would predate the accepted rise of dynastic Egyptian civilization by several millennia. Such a conclusion would dramatically challenge the conventional archaeological timeline. However, many geologists and Egyptologists dispute Schoch's interpretation. Alternative explanations include differences in limestone quality, groundwater effects, salt weathering, and long-term environmental exposure. To date, no scientific consensus supports redating the Sphinx to such an early period. The debate remains active because interpreting ancient weathering is extraordinarily complex. Yet the controversy has become one of the most discussed topics in alternative archaeology. If Schoch were correct, historians would need to ask an extraordinary question. Who possessed the knowledge and organization to carve such a monument thousands of years before the pharaohs? Chapter 4. The Hidden Chamber. Chapter 4. The Hidden Chambers Beneath the Sphinx. Perhaps the most captivating mystery lies underground. For decades, stories have circulated about tunnels and hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx. Modern technologies, including seismic surveys and ground-penetrating investigations, have detected anomalies beneath and around the monument. An anomaly, however, is not necessarily a hidden room. It may represent natural fractures, voids, or variations in the bedrock. Even so, these findings have fueled endless speculation. One legend towers above all others: the Hall of Records. Popularized in the 20th century through the writings associated with American mystic Edgar Cayce, the legend claims that an underground library lies beneath the Sphinx. According to the story, this chamber contains records from a lost civilization, sometimes linked to the mythical Atlantis. No archaeological evidence has confirmed the existence of such a chamber. Nevertheless, the idea has become deeply embedded in popular culture. Egyptian authorities have periodically limited excavations around the Sphinx in order to protect the monument, preserve its structural stability, and regulate archaeological research. Those restrictions have, in turn, fueled conspiracy theories claiming that incredible discoveries are being hidden from the public. To date, there is no verified evidence supporting claims of a concealed ancient library beneath the Sphinx, but the unanswered questions continue to inspire fascination. Chapter 5. Cosmic Alignment or Coincidence. The Sphinx faces almost perfectly due east. Every morning, the rising sun appears directly before it. For the ancient Egyptians, the sun represented rebirth, divine power, and eternal life. Many scholars see this orientation as intentional religious symbolism connected to the solar cult. Alternative researchers have proposed an even more dramatic interpretation. Writer Graham Hancock and others have argued that around 10,500 BCE, the constellation Leo would have risen on the eastern horizon at the spring equinox, matching the lion form of the Sphinx. They further suggest that the Giza pyramids mirror the stars of Orion's belt. Supporters interpret this as evidence of sophisticated astronomical planning by an unknown ancient civilization. Critics counter that such alignments are subjective, that similar stellar matches can often be found by chance, and that archaeological evidence does not support dating the monuments to 10,500 BCE. The debate continues because astronomy, symbolism, and archaeology often intersect in ways that leave room for multiple interpretations. Whether intentional or coincidental, the celestial connections add another layer to the Sphinx's enduring mystery. Conclusion: a mystery that endures. Despite centuries of excavation, research, and technological advances, the Great Sphinx still refuses to surrender all of its secrets. We know that it stands as one of humanity's greatest engineering achievements. We know that it has endured earthquakes, erosion, invasion, burial beneath desert sands, and countless restoration efforts. But many questions remain unresolved. Was it built entirely during Khafre's reign? Could parts of it preserve evidence of a more complex construction history? What explains every pattern of erosion observed on its enclosure? Are there undiscovered cavities beneath the surrounding plateau? And why has this silent guardian inspired so many legends across so many generations? History is often presented as a finished story, but archaeology reminds us that it is more like an unfinished puzzle. Every excavation reveals new clues. Every discovery raises new questions. The Great Sphinx stands at the crossroads between established history and enduring mystery, a monument that invites rigorous scientific investigation while also inspiring imagination. Perhaps one day, new evidence will settle the debates that have surrounded it for generations. Or perhaps the greatest secret of the Sphinx is not what lies beneath the stone, but humanity's endless desire to search for answers hidden beneath the sands of time. Until then, the Great Sphinx will continue watching the sunrise, just as it has for thousands of years, silent, weathered, and waiting.